if you want it to be over, fine, I'll tell him. Or, hold on, here's the phone, tell him yourself. You don't say, I'm not a messenger, and I'm not telling him. That's confrontational, Miss O'Neill. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get that. But she made it a point in court that I am not to have nothing. She don't want me answering my phone.
Tell her not to answer the phone.
It's my home phone. I should be able to answer my own home phone.
That's the number he gave me to call to contact him in court.
Listen to me. Don't fight with each other.
I'm trying to resolve it.
You have to have a confrontational conversation with her and say to her, I'm not giving him any messages. That's not what you said in court.
But
that's ridiculous.
She had just called not even 30 minutes prior to this.
And said what?
She talked to me that time.
Yes.
And said?
She was talking to me about pictures, and she wanted me to go along with some things so we could hurry up and get the divorce final.
And?
I told her that I still wanted joint custody, so we got to go through mediation for that.
And?
Then she just got mad and hung up. She does not want me to have joint custody. In the first parenting plan that she had wrote up, she was trying to tell them that I did every drug under the sun and wanted. I can't even go to the school. He's in preschool.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Yeah.
Did your wife tell you that she wanted to take him on a vacation to Disney?
Yes, ma'am.
And it was your weekend?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she offer you 2 weekends to make that up?
Yes.
So why did you say no?
Because every other weekend I work. 2 weeks prior to that, on my weekend, I was taking my nephew to South Carolina. I asked if he could ride along. It was just for a day. She wasn't allowed.
Why not?
He said he was taking him anyways. I didn't.
Just a second.
Why not?
He said he was taking him anyway. Why did you say no?
Yeah.
Because the place that he was taking him was his sister's house, and she had her kids taken away for child abuse. I didn't want my son around that.
You can't make that judgment.
I'm his mother.
That's not. He's his father.
I'm protecting him. That's all
Listen,
I'm doing.
Miss Hamlin, you can't have it both ways. You see, I was about to give him the business, and I was going to say, listen, you 5-year, who are you?
I'm her mother.
Right. Are you getting it? Your daughter's not behaving right. He may not be either, but she's angry, and she's taking it out on a 5-year-old. And she's supposed to love her child more than she hates him.
Right.
That's the rule. And you're supposed to do the right thing, which also, Mr. Hamlin, means corralling her mouth, which you haven't done so far.
I'm trying.
Well, but you have to corral her mouth.
Yes, ma'am.
Because as long as you have contact with her, and you will over the next decade, and as long as you're paying child support, Miss O'Neill is not going to like her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a given. She's not going to like her. But it's your responsibility to protect your son, and the way you do that is to say to her, keep your mouth shut.
And he has.
Well, he evidently didn't do a good enough job, because last weekend you were confrontational at a time when you had no cause to be. I'm getting the whole gist of it. You hate him more than you love your child.
That's
And I have
disgraceful.
no sympathy for you about Christmas or Disney, because if he called and said, could I take him to ride with me for the day, and you said no, then he had a perfect right to say, you can't have him for the weekend to take him to Disney.
Okay.
That's it. I have no
Okay.
sympathy for you. Zero.
5-year-old
Because my
herself.
sense is that the two of you ladies have not behaved appropriately. You're angry, and she's jealous, because no matter what she's going to do, she's never going to be able to say, you have to cut her out, and your kid too. She's not going to be able to do that, but she's not behaving right. So I have little sympathy for both of you. Now, I think if you want to help raise your child and you want joint custody, go for it, because that's what should happen if you're a good father. And you should have as much input in his life as does his mother. And if she's preventing you from going to the school to see him, she's absolutely doing the wrong
No,
thing.
he showed aggression there. He showed aggression at the school. He came there and pushed the teacher aside so he could go in.
Let me ask you this question, madam. Did you put in an order in the school that he was not to be let in the school?
The teacher did. The police had to escort both of them out of the
I've seen the
school.
paperwork from the principal.
Absolutely right. You put in an order saying that he was not to take the child from school or was not to come into the school. There is no question in my mind that you did that. You know how I know that? Your chest is all red.
No,
No,
no, it's because I'm mad because the teacher
Judy.
did that.
No,
You
no,
can
no,
call
no,
the
no.
school and ask them.
No, my dear. Otherwise, if you had not put in that order, they would have let a father into the school.
He had every right to, but they told him that my son wasn't there, and he pushed past the teacher anyways and went on in.
Is that right?
I didn't push no teacher, but no, he was not there. They told me he wasn't. I asked if I could look in the room. I never even went inside the classroom.
Just a second. That's a mistake.
Oh,
That's a
now,
mistake.
me and the principal had a conversation. He said I was fine, that I needed to get more paperwork from the courthouse because Ainsley had already put it in there.
I got you. So the principal told you that he was under instructions that you were not
Yes,
to
ma'am.
send the
That's not
child into
true.
school. I got you. You deserve each other. Goodbye. Cases are dismissed.
Excuse me, step out.
I've tried to talk to her to say, let's get this done over with.
Hopefully they'll grow up.
Let's be friends for
No
the
better
boy's
way
sake.
and I
to
can
get
get my
yourself
divorce.
sent to hell than to like deny the children. They're the angels.
All parties in the matter of McGurney versus Zerby.
You're
Step
wrong.
forward.
Julie McGurney is suing